So today we're doing something a little bit different. I recently replaced my clutch with the Rekluse Torq Drive Clutch Pack. It's an aftermarket clutch for the BMW R1200GS. I have a 2015. Real quick, before we jump into the installation process, let's get a little familiar with what's inside the box. We have the instruction manual and user's guide, some safety information, some stickers, product registration, the pressure plate springs. These are basket sleeves. There should be 18 of them. And these things are going to help extend the life of your clutch basket. These are the friction discs. There's 9 thin ones, 2 thick friction discs, and 1 thin friction disc with a large inner diameter. Here we have the drive plates. Now there's a few of these as well. There's one drive plate that is 1.5 millimeters. There's 9 that are 1.2 millimeters. One is 1.2 millimeters with a groove, and there's another drive plate that's coming in at 1.6 millimeters. It will be important later on in the process to know which ones are which. To start off, we're going to take off the skid plate and anything else you would need to get out of the way to drain your oil. Of course, you want to make sure that the motorcycle is warmed up before you do this next part, but you can go ahead and drain all of the engine oil. If you happen to have crash bars, there is this bar right here that goes right across the area you're going to be working in. You're going to want to remove that and get it out of the way. You are going to take a lot of pieces apart, so to keep some of the screws and nuts and bolts and washers together, just loosely tighten them onto where they go. Now you got a couple options here. I actually took off the front wheel because I was doing some other work to the bike, but you don't need to take the front wheel off. You can actually tighten it and compress the shocks with a ratchet strap. But I went ahead and took it off, and then I also removed this bolt that holds on the front damper spring. That gives you the ability to raise and lower the front forks without any pressure on them. Makes it easier to get to some of the top screws on the cover plate. Now you might want to put a towel there or some kind of rag so it doesn't damage that cover. Next, you're going to go ahead and just loosen all of the screws and take them out. The cover's going to be stuck on there pretty good, but you can get it off with a little convincing from a rubber mallet. Don't pry it with a screwdriver, you'll damage the cover. Now there is this little lip on the bottom. You can go ahead and get your fingers under there and give it a little tug. It should pop right off after you've hit it a few times. That little triangular shaped metal piece, that's called the spring ring. You're going to be reusing that. When you take these screws out, you want to do it in small increments, moving around the spring ring and just loosening them in small amounts at a time to avoid breaking it. Now remove the pressure plate. Inspect for any damage, warping, or burn marks. Go ahead and start removing the clutch pack. Now if you were replacing this clutch with a OEM lamellar kit, you would want to keep these in order. Now it does help to use a magnet to get out these clutch drive plates. There is a judder spring and a judder seat. You're going to be reusing both of these and putting them back in how they came out. You're going to want to soak the new friction plates in some clean new engine oil for at least 5 to 10 minutes. Now you can do this overnight if you want. That might be overkill though. Make sure to inspect the basket for any notching or wear. It is extremely important that if there is any notching, you replace the clutch basket. Once you install those basket sleeves, if there happens to be any notching in the basket, those sleeves will break and it will be a catastrophic failure. They slip in pretty easy. You might have to give them a slight pinch just to get them to slide in. The sleeve tab itself is going to sit inside the basket. Something to note is that it's normal if the sleeves sit nearly flush with the top of the basket. Next, you're going to go ahead and clean the gasket surface area. Remove all of the old gasket. This is going to be really important that everything is clean. There is no old residue from the old gasket. You can use mineral spirits to help you with this. And now go ahead and do the same for the cover plate. Make sure to take your time with this. It's really important that it's done correctly. Next, you can organize the drive plates and figure out which ones go first. The first one to go in is going to be a 2.9mm thick friction disc, followed by a 1.5mm thick steel drive plate. After that, install one of the 1.78mm thin friction discs, then install a 1.2mm thin steel drive plate, and continuing to alternate between thin friction discs and thin steel drive plates for a total of 9 friction and 9 steel drive plates. On top of the last steel drive plate, add the last 2.9mm thick friction discs. For the next part, you're going to put these directly onto the pressure plate. Start with the notch drive plate, putting the notch side towards the pressure plate and the smooth side towards the clutch pack. On top of that, install the last thin friction disc with the larger inner diameter, then install the pressure plate liner. Flip the pressure plate assembly back over and install it onto the clutch pack, making sure to align the friction disc tabs into the basket sleeves with the rest of the clutch pack. Next, install the Rekluse pressure plate springs that came with the kit. After that, the OE spring ring and bolts. Finger tighten them evenly and then tighten them down, again evenly, to 9 foot-pounds or 12 Newton meters. It's very important that these are done evenly because they're going to be under a lot of pressure. Inspect the clutch operation and make sure that it's not getting stuck and that everything is operating smoothly when you pull the clutch lever in. You can use some RTV silicone to make a new gasket for the breastplate cover. Something important to note is that you may want to dry fit the cover so that you're familiar with how it goes on. It's a little tricky to get it into place, and if you do it for the first time with the RTV silicone on it, you may end up smearing it all over the place. So go ahead and dry fit it once first before you put the gasket on. When applying the RTV silicone, you're going to go on the inside of the screw holes and the outside of the dowel holes. Also make sure to go all the way around this hole right here. Carefully place the cover back on. Like I said, this part can be a little bit tricky once that RTV silicone is on there. Once you've installed all the screws by hand, there is a specific torque pattern you're going to want to follow. There's going to be the top right first, bottom left second, and then go around in a clockwise pattern. That silicone takes 24 hours to cure. Come back the next day and you can put some oil in the engine. Make sure to inspect the filter and drain plug for any leaking of oil, and you're ready to test everything out. Admittedly, this part can be a bit nerve-wracking, but as long as you took your time, you did everything correctly, everything should operate properly. And that's it. That's how you install a Rekluse Torq Drive Clutch inside of a 2015 R1200GS. I'll be sure to talk more about my feelings on this clutch, but I will say I'm very happy with it. There is much more of a connection from the clutch lever to what's actually going on in the clutch. Anyways, if you have any questions about this installation process or my thoughts or feelings on this clutch pack, go ahead and leave them in the comments down below. I'll be sure to answer them, or if not, I'll talk about it further in a future video. Anyways, I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell if you haven't already. That way you don't miss anything whenever I post something new about motorcycles, camping, travel, and adventure. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.